So welcome back, guys. That was a lovely couple we picked up in Bentley Park. It was a 9-minute trip, 8 kilometres, so we just went basically north, right down the Bruce Highway, or up the Bruce Highway, into Errol Shopping Centre, and that paid us roughly $14.57. So not a bad start for the first job of the day. Heading into Errol, we got our second job of the day, and it is 6 minutes away and 3 kilometres. It's heading into the area of Moorabool, so I'm heading that way now, just leaving the shopping centre, and I'll get back to you once the trip is finished. See you soon. So welcome back, guys. It's now 9:17 AM and we've just got the fourth trip of the day. We're heading 1.3 kilometres, 3-minute drive, and it's in the CDB area of the city. So, in between the last trip I had a chance of a pit stop, get myself a iced coffee. That'll do me for the morning. So yeah, so Cairns itself, guys, is only a small city, yeah, based surely on tourism, as I said earlier, and yeah, people come here for the weather. They also come here for the barrier reef and the rainforest. Most people stay roughly on a package deal that they travel around Australia in, so they're normally here for 3 nights, yeah, 4 days. Gives them a good chance to see the far north here in Australia and Queensland. And we're in our wet season at the moment. Starts around October through to about May. End of April, beginning of May, and yeah, the rain at the moment has died down from the way it was when it first started at 8:05 this morning, so I'll be on and off all day by the looks of the clouds. But Sunday is normally a busy day for the airport, so we'll see how we go, and yeah, I'll pick these people up, see where they're off to, and I'll get back to you. So welcome back to the channel, guys. That was a lovely fella. He's picked him up in Manura and took him to the domestic airport, Terminal 2 here in Cairns. 9 minutes, 7 kilometres, and it paid $12.95. Now also off that, you've got to go through a barrier tag. Here in Cairns it costs $2.50, but you get that reimbursed straight away through Uber. They take it off the client's total. So yeah, we're off to a good start. So that was number 3 for the day gone. Now it's now 9:08, so altogether I've made about $40 odd for the first hour, so it's not too bad, not too bad at all. Now I've got a choice: do I stay in the queue here at domestic airport or head back towards the CDB of Cairns? Now, to head back to the CDB of Cairns, it's basically just 3 streets. It's just Airport Avenue, Lake Street. You can either go up Abbott or just stay on Lake Street and up to the CDB, which will roughly take about 9 minutes. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just head back out the airport and see where we get. I'll get back to you as soon as we pick up our next trip. Talk to you soon. So welcome back, guys. So I picked up at Moorabool. We went around about 6 minutes, 4.5 kilometres into an area of Manunda to one of the local hotels. Nice young chap, dropped off at the Cairns Colonial Club. Got another one through, so we're heading that way now. It's 4 minutes, 2.2 kilometres in the area of Manura. So these are all suburbs just around the outskirts of the Cairns CBD area. Now to give you an idea that the population here in the Cairns region, we're around about 200,000 population, but we're a tourist city, so we have roughly 4.5 million plus tourists a year that come into Cairns for their holidays. And we're in far north Queensland, as I said, in Queensland and Australia. So a lot of the mainstay drivers here are Uber drivers, and they do work, and they work hard for their money, but you'll see at the end of the day how much money we can actually make in a day. It's pretty reasonable. It is gig work, and if the Australian government get their way, it will become possibly minimum wage in time to come. So we'll just have to wait and see. So heading to Manura, guys, for our next job, and I'll talk to you then. Bye for now. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, that was lovely. That was another 10-kilometre trip, 10 minutes, all the way down the Captain Cook Highway, heading south again to one of our major attractions here in Cairns, which is called Skyrail, which is a cable car that runs from Smithfield all the way up into a village called Cairns, which is roughly 7.5 miles up a mountainside. So these guys, it was a lovely family of three with a young kid, and they actually are here on holiday from Poland. So yeah, it's amazing the amount of different people and countries that you get in the car on a daily basis. And they're having a lovely day. Apart from today, it's been very wet, so hopefully they get to see something. But they're heading up the mountain now, so they're happy. I'm happy. The fare costs $14.65. So for the first 2 hours, we're doing okay. I'll show you the end of the shift, the end of the day, exactly how much I made, trips, how long I've been online, how active I've been, how many trips I've done, and what I've taken home to the family. So I've decided that I'm going to stay on the Captain Cook Highway and head back into Cairns CDB, which is probably another 15-minute drive. So if anything pops up, I will let you know. If not, I will talk to you a little bit later on. Thank you. So welcome back, guys. That was a nice little trip there. Picked up a lovely chef doing his apprenticeship. Comes from South Korea. Picked him up at Smithfield, took him to Trinity Beach, which was a 9-minute trip, 6.5 kilometres, and it paid just over $12. I was just accepting another trip that's just round the corner. It's only 100 metres away, so I'm off my way to pick them up, and then I'll get back to you and let you know how it went. Talk soon. Welcome back, guys. Well, that was not a bad little trip. I picked up in the CDB area of Cairns in Shield Street and took them out to it's called AJ Hackett's bungee jump out at Smithfield. So basically we headed straight north up the Cook Highway for about 20 minutes, about 17 kilometres, and I got paid $25.59 for it. On the way there, I've accepted my 5th trip of the day. Yeah, so AJ Hackett is based in Smithfield, and I've got another job that's 4 minutes, 3 kilometres away, and Hillary Drive in Smithfield itself. So I'm heading there now to pick up. So far this morning it's been very lucrative, not due to the weather, just due to people that have to go out and do what they need to do. As I said, it is a holiday destination, so most people that are on holiday have pre-booked these sort of excursions, so, and we don't close for nothing. So they went, they're on their way, she'll do her jumps and then we'll pick her up and someone will take her back into Cairns. Lucky girl. Alright, so I'm heading now for another 3 minutes to the next job, and I'll talk to you after I pick them up and drop them off. Thanks, guys. So welcome back, everybody. We're now sitting around about 11 AM. I've just had a 15-minute break. I'm going to sell a couple of bottles of water, and I've just received another job that's 1 minute away, 400 metres, at the Mantra Esplanade. In total it's a $14.31 trip. So I'm going to pick them up, and then I'll let you know how much I get from that and where it's going. I'll talk to you shortly. Bye. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Well, that was one of our regulars that I've just picked up. I haven't seen her for a long time, and she went from Cairns North all the way up to the top end of Cairns CBD City to Harbour Lakes Hotel, and that's her on shift now until 8 o'clock tonight, she was saying. Yeah, she's been a regular with us for many years. Now Cairns itself started here with Uber around about March 2017, just a couple of years. A couple of years before COVID hit. So COVID wasn't too bad here. So, because we're tropical in the weather, it made it a little bit easier for us, so we basically kept working on. We had no problems with it. Anyway, I'll get back to you on the next trip. We're doing a little bit of a pit stop, so I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for now. Welcome back. I've just accepted another trip, so it'll be trip 7, number 7 for the day. It is in Cairns North, which is where I am, 6 kilometres, which on the highway is roughly 6 minutes away, 6.5 minutes. So normally in Cairns North, when you pick up in these streets, they're normally city bound, so I'll let you know once we get there. I reckon this one will possibly head in towards Cairns Central. Being a rainy day, the locals will be heading out to stay dry somewhere. So yeah, so I'll let you know once the trip's finished, once again, how much it costs, mileage and time distance. So if you've got any questions or comments, guys, just leave them below and I'll get to them and answer as many as I possibly can. And if you're enjoying the content, please remember, subscribe, hit that like bell and hit the bell notification. Alright, so 4 minutes away, we'll get there as soon as we possibly can. We're just driving along the Captain Cook Highway, as I said, on the southern side of the airport, Cairns Airport, an area called General Aviation, where a lot of the lower companies fly out of. They go to the remote areas all around Greenland. And yeah, so get this done and I'll get back to you once I'm finished. Let's go. Yeah, so there you go, we just dropped off at Cairns Central. Nice Japanese fella. That's the shopping centre, as it says it would be. So it was 7 minutes, 4.5 kilometres, paid $9.21. That brings the total today up to around about 123.70. It's now 11:30, so we've been travelling for roughly 3 hours with a 20-minute break we've had so far. So it's still around about the $40 an hour ball mark. So yeah, and it's not overly busy, so I'm not running here, there and everywhere. I'm very choosy on what I pick, so to give you a rough idea, I try and keep it within on a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, around about 8 minutes, 5 kilometres, and then on the weekdays, this is in between doing my private work, and I do roughly 5 kilometres in 3, maybe 3.5 minutes drive, so yeah. So I'm just about to leave Cairns Central, just waiting for the truck to pass by so I can get a slot in. Then I'll start heading up one of our main roads, which is Mulgrave Road, that runs halfway through the region, and I will be hopefully get something off Mulgrave Road to one of the suburbs. Once I pick up, I'll get a job, I'll let you know. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. Welcome back, everybody. Well, I've got my coffee in hand. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now I've just got another trip. We're heading now to Menunda from Westport. It's only 3 minutes away and it's only 1.4 kilometres in distance. Now most of the people from Menunda normally head into the city centre, to the Cairns Central area, to the shopping centre normally. A lot of people work 6 days a week here because we're a tourist city, so there's only one day off, so this is the day they go shopping. But we'll see when we get there, and I'll let you know how it goes once I drop them off. Talk to you soon. Let's go. So that trip was very nice, guys. We picked up at the Mantra Esplanade Hotel in Cairns CDB and took them out to DFO, Direct Factory Outlet, big shopping area, and in the middle of Cairns, an area called Westcourt. Now right next to there's a coffee shop called Coffee, Koffee, best coffee in Cairns, so I'm going to just nip in there, grab myself a skinny latte. That'll get me through to lunch. So that was roughly 7 minutes, 4.2 kilometers, and it paid $10.62. So at the moment, all I'm doing today, guys, just to give you an idea, is Uber X. I'm not doing any Comfort or XL or any other services. I am just predominantly doing Uber X today because they're not relatively short trips, but Uber X on a Sunday is a lot busier than the other services. That's the way I look at it. So just keep it on Uber X means that the algorithm keeps looking for cars that does that type of service. So I'm just going to get in the queue, grab my coffee, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit on the next trip. So that's another trip finished, guys. We picked up inside Parramatta Park and we came out to Edmonton on the south side of Cairns, and it was a 24-minute drive, nearly 22 kilometres. Now the way bill was $36.57 and I get paid $25.19. So this takes me close to where I need to be. So I'm only a couple of kilometres from home. So I'm going to go and sign off for the first part of the shift. And I'm going to have some lunch, relax a little bit, and then come back out for the second part. So it's been a very good morning. The weather has changed, as I said, the sun is out, it's all dried up, so it's time to get out the wet weather clothes back into some summer clothing, and I shall see you in about an hour to 90 minutes. Talk to you all then. Stay safe. Yeah, I rejected it. It was a 20-minute job again. So I'll just put it on my screen for Uber. Yeah, so just keep going the way we're going and we'll see how it works out. But as I say, in the app itself is totally different from everybody else, and we have 4 or 5 services here that we do, which are maybe a little bit different from other people. We start off with the lowest one, which is Uber Pool, where you go and pick up one person and then 2 other people in separate locations can join that trip. So you're pooling 3 people at a time if it works that way, or it could be 1 or it could just be 2. And it's a lower service, so it pays less. And then you've got Uber X, which is exclusive trips, and basically Uber X is the mainstay of Uber worldwide, so Uber X is in every platform, everywhere. And then you have Uber XL, which is normally everywhere as well, and Uber XL is basically any more than 4 passengers. So we're still on Mulgrave Road, folk, and I've just got another job, and now I'm heading out to White Rock. That's you coming off Mulgrave Road onto the Bruce Highway. It's roughly 7 minutes, which is around about 6 kilometres. We'll pay around about $15-ish. I think this is a regular that comes back into town, so there's not many people out this way that uses are not regulars. Sunday service buses that run through White Rock are on the hour, every hour. So if you miss it, a lot of people get impatient and want to wait for the next one, so they jump Uber. So yeah. Now I'm just waiting for an email to come through from my proper job that I use for my main base income. It's just private transfers, mainly out of Cairns Airport. Once I get that through, I'll let you know how many I have for tomorrow, and that'll be another video that we can upload, and you can see the difference between private transfers and working on the Uber platform. So we're 5 minutes away, guys. Once I pick up and drop off, I'll let you know how it went. See you soon. So there you go, I'm back already. Not even 15 seconds. Got the next trip. So we are going back on the Bruce Highway for about 4 or 5 kilometres, and then we're going to come off in an area called Moree. And there's a caravan park there, the Big 4 caravan park, very exclusive. A lot of holiday makers go there, but they leave the vehicles there and they just normally jump Ubers or taxis into the city. So I'm now picking up at Cairns at Coconut Holiday Resort, and I'll be taking them hopefully into Cairns, or possibly even the airport. Some people fly out from there, so we shall see. So the kilometre rate is 4.4 kilometres away in 5 minutes. Arrival time is roughly 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'll get back to you once the trip's done and let you know how it went. Let's go. So we just dropped off at Mount Sheridan Plaza, where we picked up at the back end of that trip of Edmonton. And that headed south again along the Bruce Highway. And we're basically halfway between Edmonton and Cairns. So it was 9 minutes, 7 kilometres, and it paid me $10.02. It's not too bad a trip considering it's all highways, so there's no start and stop, it's just straight there, drop off, bang, finished it, done. So we're now heading back into the city on a slow drive till we get to the highway, back on the Bruce, and then we'll come off at the Cannon Racecourse, and that'll take us back into Airville. We may get something from Airville Shopping Centre. If not, we'll just keep driving along the Mulgrave Road again, back into Cairns and see what we get. So sit tight, and I'll get back to you on the next trip. Let's go. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, wherever you may be. You're driving in the tropics. I've just had my lunch, I had a quick shower, change of clothes. It's now 1:40 PM and I'm back in for my last part of my 4-hour shift of 8 hours today. So I should be finishing around at 5:30 this afternoon. Now I've just got a job come in, as I'm doing only Uber X today and no other services. And it's 5 kilometres away in 9 minutes. Now the only reason why I took this one, guys, is because where it is, there's no buses. So there's a good possibility this one's either going to take me towards Mount Sheridan, Airville, or right into the CDB of Cairns. So it should be a pretty decent fare, because it's all highway work all the way in. So let's go and have a look, and I'll get back to you once I've picked up and dropped off. Dropped off our last trip. That was from Martin Street, Parramatta Park, into Lake Street in the city. The guys were going to PJ O'Brien's, a nice Italian couple. So we left Martin Street, went through a couple of roundabouts, turned left on it upward, straight through Sheridan, straight through Grafton, turned right on the lake, and then 1 kilometre up the road on the left hand side we dropped them off. So now we're just going to keep going up Lake Street, turn right on to Spence, back down McLeod, back to Mulgrave, and do it all again. Let's wait till we get the next one. Let's do this. Welcome back. Well, we're on to another trip. We're in Westcourt, we're just about to do a U-turn and head back down to Parramatta Park to Martin Street. We're going to pick up another Uber X, and by the looks of it, it's only a short trip heading back into the city. Now a minimum trip for us is around about 4.5 kilometres, 4-minute drive, 5-minute driving time. But for that I get roughly between $6.95 and $8.50 depending on the time of day. Just how the algorithm works, I suppose. But sit back and I'll let you know once I'm picked up and dropped off exactly whether it's a regular, tourist, backpacker, etc. And we'll get them to the destination, eh? Sit back, relax, and I'll get back to you shortly. So there we go guys, welcome back. We're back in the city again. Dropped off at the apartments on Lake, which is Lake Street. And obviously we did pick up a Marie at the Coconut Resort, the big 4 caravan park. 2 couples, with like mother, father, daughter and son-in-law, or vice versa, son-in-law or daughter-in-law and son. And they're all from the UK, where I originally was born, from the southern side of England. And the kids are living over here now in the western part of Australia in WA, around about Perth. So very nice. 9 kilometres, 12 minutes, right up the Southern Access Road, straight on to Kenny Street, straight on to Draper, and then into Ross Street and into Lake. Done, finished. And that was $12.35. So now we're heading down Lake Street. We're going to turn on Spence, take the third right onto McLeod Street and head down through the shopping centre, back onto the famous Mulgrave Road, where we're back on our path and just doing our usual plan of attack and see what pops up next. So we're off to not a bad start, yeah. So for the first 45 minutes we've already made nearly $23, not bad at all. So sit back, relax, we'll get back to you as soon as the next trip comes through. See you later. Well guys, we just got to the corner of Florence and Abbott Street and I'm about to do time, and I'll have a chat to you once I've dropped them off and let you know all about it. Let's do this. Okay, welcome back. I just picked up a lovely mum and daughter from Airville Shopping Centre, right down Mulgrave Road, back into Abbott Street and dropped off at Crystal Brook Bailey. Tell a lie, crystal brook Flynn. There's 3 crystal brooks in Cairns, and I always get them mixed up. So I just drop it at Flynn. These guys are ex-Bricks packs as well. They were born in Britain but moved over here at a young age. Now living in Sydney, and they're up here on holiday. So all up, it was 5.5 kilometres, to maybe 8.5 minutes, and I get $10.90 for it. Not too bad at all. So now heading back down Abbott Street, I'm going to do a U-turn, back on Mulgrave Road, head up towards the Airwell Shopping Centre again. Just wait for my next trip. Talk to you soon. Let's do this. So I've just picked up another trip, folk. I'm on Mulgrave Road, as I said, heading south, so Airwell Shopping Centre at the Woolies pickup area, and it's only 2 minutes away, 1.3 kilometres in distance. So I'll head that way, I'll pick them up and see where they're going, and I'll let you know about it once I get back. Let's do this. So we've just dropped off one of the staff members from Night Owl Bentley Park to Charlotte Close and Marie. Roughly 5-minute drive right down the Bruce Highway, 5.5 kilometres, and I get $10 for it, $10.04. I've just accepted another trip from Marie. It's 8-minute drive, 5 kilometres, and we're heading back into towards the city and an area called Airwell again, where we're picking up a young fella. Is actually a Uber Comfort, which I took by mistake because I was only going to do Uber X today, and I don't like cancelling on them, so let's go and do this Uber Comfort and see how it goes. Let's do this. So welcome back. I got another one. Just got on the Bruce Highway and I got a job at Bentley Park at the Night Owl convenience store. I believe this is definitely a member of staff because I've picked this person up before, I know the name. So they are a regular, so it's only 1 minute away. So I'll pick them up, drop them off, and I'll let you know all about it once I'm finished the trip. Let's do this. Welcome back, that's the trip finished. I've just ended up away back out south again in Edmonton. The fella I just picked up from the Doubletree Hotel in Cairns is up from Sydney. He's actually from New Zealand originally, but he's working in Sydney at the moment. He's up here visiting the family. There you go. All aspects of different cultures, different people, and different variations of life. It's wonderful. So all up it was 22 minutes, 18 kilometres, and it paid $25.65. So we've been doing not bad today. Not bad at all. We're well over the 200 mark now. So we'll just keep going. It's now 3:30, so we've got an hour and a half. I've got 93 kilometres left in the tank, so I'll be stopping at some point for a pit stop so I can refuel and get ready. Now tomorrow is the 26th of Australia and it's a public holiday. It's Australia Day, where many people become Australian citizens. So I will be out and I will be filming, and yeah, tomorrow's another day, but at the moment we're back on, we just come off Woodlock Street in Edmonton, back on Iron Street, and we'll head down back onto the Bruce Highway, and we'll head back into the city. This area at this time of the day normally pretty quiet, so we shall head back to town, to the CDB area, start at Mulgrave Road and head back into town that way and see how we go. And I will talk to you guys a little bit later on once I get my next trip. I'm doing well. Talk to you soon. Okay, welcome back guys, and girls. We just dropped off in White Rock. So we picked up at Airwell Shopping Centre. It was a 7 kilometre trip, 10 minutes. So
we went from Errol Shopping Centre heading south along Mulgrave Road, Bruce Highway, up onto the Murgatroyd Bridge, down onto Shee Street, left into Canberra and left into Rimmer, and then we dropped off. Now the way bill for that was $15.98 and I get paid $10.60. Now, as I said before, we all apps are different, and we pay 27.5% service fee to Uber for all the jobs that they give us through the platform, that we pay them for the usage. So 72.5% is mine. It's now 4:33 PM, so we've got 50 minutes to go, and roughly about $22 short of my target of $300 today for my 8-hour shift. So let's see how we go on. So I'm now back on Shee Road, heading back up to Murgatroyd Bridge. I'm going to turn right onto the Bruce Highway and head back into the city towards Mulgrave Road, and hopefully we'll try and get one round about Errol Shopping Centre again. It's that time of the day that people are starting to close the shops down early and head home, so let's see if we can get a few people out of that way. Keep us going until 5:30. I'll get back to you on the next trip. Talk to you soon. Welcome back, folks. I've had my quick pit stop. Put some fuel in the car, Ampol. I use Ampol diesel because I use Afterpay, so I can pay the diesel up in 4 different payments instead of paying it all in one. In a later video I'll explain how I run the car, doing private transfers and Uber, and the way I pay things and all the rest of it, how I build up my business and different other avenues, how to bring income in. So we've just had another job, as I've just switched the app back on. It's now 4:20, so we've got about an hour left, and I'm heading to Errol Shopping Centre at Woolies again, pick up a young lady, and yeah, we'll see where she's going from there. Now a lot of the app in different cities, as I said earlier this morning, are different from each other. In Cairns, or in Queensland in general, we get giving a job, it basically only tells us the distance and the rating. I'll start adding the rating in at a later date, but just for today, we'll get a job, and yeah, they'll give us a rating, and then we've got to choose whether we want to do it or not. But because I've been doing it so long now, for nearly 9 years, you seem to know what you're doing, so excuse me, sorry about that. And yeah, I'll get this going. I'll head towards Tropics, which is Errol Shopping Centre at Stocklands, and I'll pick up and see where they're off to. Alright, talk to you soon. Let's do this. I'm back. Just dropped off a young chap on for his last year of school that starts next week. Works for the local Domino's down in Manunda. So we picked him up at Errol at Irene Street. So right along Irene for a few kilometres, down Moody for a few k's, left onto Peace for a kilometre, and then left into Jensen Street and dropped him off at the local Domino's. He's done now, so the app's now on pause. Time to go for a quick 10-minute break, fuel up, have a pit stop, have a bottle of water, and then we'll get going again. I'll talk to you on the next trip. Talk to you soon. So guys, I just get back into the CDB area, driving along Mulgrave Road onto Florence. I'm now turning right, just get a job at the Novotel Hotel, heading somewhere, so it's only 15 seconds and I'll be picking them up, so I will get back to you at the end of the trip and let you know how I got on. Talk to you soon. Let's do this. So welcome back, folk. picked up there a lovely couple of little baby. It's from DFO and in the local grocery shop for the week, and they're all gone. 900 metres down the road in the Mulgrave. So we came out of DFO and we turned left onto Mulgrave Road. We kept going for 800 metres, then we turned right into Creedy Street, and that's where we dropped them off. So we're just heading back out onto Mulgrave Road and we're going to turn right again, and that's going to take us towards the CDB area. So I got $7.56 for that little trip. Wasn't too bad, eh? 5-minute work and $7.50. So we're under $20 now, we're nearly there. Let's get it, get finished and get home. So I'll talk to you in a little bit later on once we get the next job. Talk to you soon. Let's do this. Welcome back everybody. So we've got another trip just come through with Uber, and it's 2 minutes, 800 metres away, and we're heading back to the direct factory outlet DFO, to the rideshare pickup point, picking up a young lady, and we'll see where she's going once we pick her up. So sit back and I'll get back to you once the trip is all finished. Talk to you soon. Welcome back guys and girls. We just picked up from Gilligan's and we dropped them off 210 Grafton Street, so it's just a direct straight down the road, and it took 3 minutes, 1 kilometre, 7.56. Total shift today is 2.97 plus. I'm happy with that. So all up we've done around about 7 hours 37 online, and we're active for over 5.5 hours. So the 5.5 hours is where the 2.97 come in, and the extra mileage, the extra time on top of that is the dead mileage round and round picking up. So I've signed off for the night. It's now 5:17 PM. So it's been a wonderful day. Started off really well, finished off really well. All up I've done roughly 22 trips. Sorry guys, just saw a plane going over the top of us. It's massive. The biggest plane I've ever seen coming into Cairns. I couldn't tell you what it is. It looks like a cargo plane, but these are the things you get to see. So thank you very much for travelling with us today, and please leave a comment below. I'm out to answer every comment that I get, and if you've got any questions, also just leave it in the comments. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for more episodes. Tomorrow is a public holiday, so I'll be starting a little bit later. I have only 2 private transfers, so I'll leave that for a later date, and I'll do another day driving the Tropics on the Uber platform. This is Ed, and I'll say good night and speak to you real soon. So we got another trip in everybody. So just along Spence Street, turn right into Grafton, and I'm picking up the Gilligan's Backpackers Resort. And this one should be the last one of the day. So I will talk to you guys once the trip's finished. Welcome back. So we picked up at the Novotel, as I said on the last trip, and we went 800 metres up to the top end of the city to the Reefleet Terminal. They're on a night cruise. Very nice night to do it as well. It's very pleasant here in Cairns. So the family of 4, they're up from Sydney, originally from Vietnam, and it took me 5 minutes just because it's that time of the night in the city. 800 metres, and I got paid $7.60 for it. So we're looking for one more trip, and that'll be us for the day. So I'll get back to you as soon as it comes in. Talk to you soon.